what should be the role of the media and indeed the public broadcaster, the ABC?
Well, I've sort of given up on the ABC. I don't know about you, but it would be nice to see a press that's a bit skeptical and challenging views. And they always seem to frame everything in the worst possible way. So, for instance, I don't think this new variant is actually 30% more lethal. But assuming it were, the exact same way of reporting that could be your chances of catching it and living will drop from 99.7% to 99.6%.
Absolutely.
That's an exact equivalent. You never hear things presented in a way that tells people that, the average age of COVID deaths is higher than your life expectancy. Yes. Or that if 50,000 people catch it and they're under 50, only one will die. You never get any of that.
Never. Just I want to come to this double standards, which derives, does it not, from the media in the West being predominantly left-wing ideological position. You say behaviour of a politician's children is normally off limits, but when you had President Biden's son Hunter found to have used the N-word many times on his laptop, the press closed ranks. What would have happened had that been President Trump's son? Wouldn't there have been wall-to-wall attacks? And how then, where does it fit with this? You mentioned this woman, young lady, Mimi Groves. She was 15. She released a Snapchat video when she was 15 with a 3-second rap type piece that included the N-word. 3 years later, at 18, she was accepted into the University of Tennessee. One of her classmates released the 3-year-old social media clip. She was in the cheerleading squad. She was dropped. The university then rescinded her admission, and the New York Times provided front-page condemnation, but the same newspaper won't cover Hunter Biden using the N-word. What are we to make of that?
Well, I mean, we know from the fact that it's public information in the U.S. What party people donate to, that journalists run at about 15-1 for the Democrats. Take away Fox News, and it does feel sometimes like a giant protection racket. I mean, we just know that if it had been a Trump kid, one of the Donald Trump children, it would have been on the front page of the news. We all know that. So it is a bit disappointing. I mean, I'm not on social media largely because it seems to bring out the worst in everyone. I mean, can you imagine being in the same class as this girl and waiting 3 years to try to destroy her?
Yes.
Yes. It just brings out the absolute worst. When someone's 15, they make mistakes. Who cares? But Hunter Biden has certainly put himself into the public spotlight, and if you're going to do it for everyone else, it's amazing that the one person you give a break to is Hunter Biden.
Just a quick one before you go. I mean, the public are watching you out there tonight. What hope, what chance have they got of knowing where the truth lies?
Well, this is going to sound a bit odd, but I actually think that journalists were better when it was more of an apprentice occupation or profession, and you went straight from high school and you apprenticed, and you got these hard-bitten journalists. And now you go through the universities, and the journalism schools are incredibly left-wing. You just can't get past that, and they're indoctrinated with a very one-sided view. Well, some people manage to overcome that, but it's a shame that it's not more of the old sort of hard-bitten apprentice-type job.
Good call. Always great to talk to you. Keep up the wonderful work. I tell you what, the public mood is changing, and that spells danger for the politicians.
I hope so.
Absolutely. Good to talk to you, Professor James Allan.